let's get you some more global stories, starting from Bank of Japan. On to an important commentary which has come in and we're tracking this morning. The Bank of Japan expects the economy to move closer to sustainably achieving the central bank's 2% of inflation target for the next year. Now, the governor suggested that the timing of their next interest rate increase was closer than before, but he did warn of the need to scrutinize the fallout from high uncertainties, which are surrounding overseas economies, especially the economic policies of the incoming US administration of President-elect Donald Trump. On further elaboration, he added that the outlook for next year's wage negotiations between Japanese firms and unions is also a key factor to monitor for BOJ to scrutinize the policy decision.
Moving on then and shifting focus to China, where the PBOC has refrained from cutting the interest rate on the one-year medium-term lending facility steady at 2%, keeping its powder also dry ahead of possible escalation in trade tensions with the US next year. Now, the authorities also withdrew a net $158 billion from the financial system with the tool, the most since 2014. Remember, earlier this month, policymakers also pledged moderately loose policy, the first shift in the stance coming in about 14 years, along with more proactive fiscal tools to bolster the economy. But so far, they have refrained from announcing any concrete stimulus, reflecting their patience before the US imposes the tariffs that President-elect Donald Trump threatened earlier as well.
Okay, now keeping it with comments, former Nissan chief Carlos Ghosn believes that the company will be the victim of cost-cutting carnage if it merges with Japanese car maker Honda. He believes Honda is going to be the driving force of the merged entity. Instead, Ghosn believes Nissan would have had greater complementaries with France Renault, referring to the long-standing partnership that has been largely unbound. Remember, a $54 billion Nissan-Honda group would leapfrog South Korea's Hyundai to become the world's third largest automaker by vehicle sales. Behind Japan's Toyota as well as Germany's Volkswagen, the integrated group would also represent a landmark in automotive industry consolidation.
Meanwhile, while it was a Merry Christmas for the rest of the world, Russia launched an inhuman attack on Ukraine's energy infrastructure on Christmas Day, with explosions reported across the country. It is the 13th time this year that Russia has carried out a major attack on Ukraine's power grid, leaving it in a precarious position as well, while the war grinds into a third winter. Air raid alarms and explosions sounded on Christmas Day in Ukraine as Russian missiles and drones targeted the nation's energy infrastructure. According to Ukrainian officials, Russia directed more than 70 cruise and ballistic missiles and 100 strike drones. At least 6 people were wounded in the northeastern city of Kharkiv and 1 person killed in Dnipro.
That's another sombering piece of news coming in, and this one is coming from Kazakhstan Aktau airport, where a passenger plane en route from Baku to Grozny crashed. The incidents occurred after the aircraft reportedly requested an emergency landing. Kazakhstan's emergency ministry said that 30 people are likely dead in Azerbaijan's airlines plane crash. The plane had 67 people on board, including 62 passengers and 5 crew members, according to Kazakh Transport Ministry. Fortunately, 32 people have reportedly survived the crash and sustained injuries. A probe has been initiated into the causes of the crash, including a potential technical issue. Russian aviation watchdog's preliminary findings indicate a suspected bird strike during the requested emergency landing.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.